Good day, ladies and gentlemen. Today I would like to welcome Mr. Fusi Motaung. We are going to dive right in because he has quite a lot to tell us and to share with us today. And I'm going to ask him to introduce himself and to give a little bit of background. Mr. Motaung, please feel welcome and can you please go ahead?
Nelda, thank you very much for the opportunity. My name is Fusi Motaung, and I am a human resources practitioner by profession. I studied human resources management, and I have been doing this work for close to 15 years. And at the moment, I specialize in helping young people and graduates to get ready for the world of work. And I have also written a book which was published last year on that very subject. And it is called Who Got the Job Ahead of You? The Ways and Habits of People Who Get Jobs.
Well, that is very, very impressive. I think, especially in the times that we are in, where we have such a high rate of unemployment, it is really good to know that people, or students especially, and graduates are assisted to get a job. So I think you will have quite a lot also to tell us with regard to your experience and how can your subject contribute to the Africanization that we are focusing now on in the business school.
Well, Nelda, thank you for your comments about my background. And just to get right into it, my understanding with that informed the work that I have been doing, including the book, has been that Africa as a continent and as a region of the world is in most cases lagging behind in terms of the culture that it needs to teach the young ones to understand the world of business. So I have realized that it is not enough to take African children or the young generation of Africans in Africa into education and then leave them there to think that they are ready to cope with the world of work. So one of the first things is that firstly, the culture is very dynamic in Africa. Secondly, the levels of education and quality are different. Thirdly, the corporate culture is not always similar to the schooling and university culture. And therefore, the best person for Africa and for the world is somebody who's able to adapt in those different cultures of their own development. Because if you look at it, Nelda, a person has to develop, and as part of developing, along them, they are also having to learn to adapt to different cultures as they grow and enter into a new phase of their life. And that is the huge gap for African people. And the last one is that with the majority of students being coming from engineering and technical subjects, they are not given sufficient preparation to learn what you call human or soft skills. And therefore, you have them battling to really thrive in the workplace when they are very well educated and very well trained, but they just don't have the skills to cope with that culture.
Yes, that is extremely good answer because we also find that the soft skills is something that we really need to focus on more. As you say, they have the educational background, but the soft skills might be lacking. Um, if you take this uh, and you take it, for example, to a small business or to Africa, what would your message be out there, Pussy?
My message would be, and Nelda, I guess you're also asking on behalf of somebody who is a young entrepreneur or
Yeah.
businessman, and also somebody who works for small business in Africa. My message, and this is extensively written in my book, is that first of all, Africans need to pick themselves first. they need to raise their hand. In other words, the world of business no longer guarantees you that because you have a qualification or some training, they will come at your door and give you a job. So firstly, initiative is important. Whether you're looking for a job or whether you realize that there is an opportunity in business, there is a gap that you want to address, pick yourself first. Secondly, kick the doors down. And by that, I mean that seek information, find out where are the right places to go to, who are the right people. And once you find those right people, understand how they want to be approached and really kick the doors down and demand to speak to them in their own interest. In other words, the message should always be speaking in the interest of the people you want to collaborate with.
Yes, it's a very, very good answer. And I think our youngsters and our young people who have just graduated or looking for a job will really benefit by the advice you are giving. They have to go for the extra mile. And based on this, Mr. Motaung, what would you say? What initiatives can you suggest for our students or young people who's unemployed?
Nelda, the research that is always conducted around young people and students is revealing a very, very interesting trend. They are saying that the people who move ahead, who get opportunities, whether of business or getting the first job, are people who have what we call networking skills. So the first thing that is very crucial for Africa is to open platforms where young people can network. And here is a strategy which I am already working on. We have to extend mentorship outside corporate and companies. And therefore, this means that people who are already in business must be asked to mentor people who are students, people who are still in colleges, people who are still in high schools, to deliberately mentor them, which is to say, to give them a leap from where they are into the world of work early enough. And when we do that early enough, then it will close that gap that I was talking about of the ability to adapt to the culture of the corporate and business world in Africa. So mentorship is the greatest vehicle for teaching young people how to network.
Fusi, thank you very much for that input. But on that final note, going forward, what final comments would you like to make?
Wow, Nelda, that is a very, very difficult question, I must admit. My final comment is that if you look at Africa and you compare it with the countries or continents that we can say are doing very well in respective industries, you will then realize that we do have the talent, we have the skill, and Africa is endowed with minerals and very, very good climate. And all that we need is to learn from the other countries how they foster good network relationships and how they take initiatives using their talents and their skills and collaborating deliberately and studiously no matter what. And I think that is what Africa is lacking. We don't collaborate right up to the end. We give up collaborations too early.
Wow. That said, Mr. Motaung, I want to thank you for a very exciting and informative interview, and I want to wish you all the best of luck and the excellent work you are doing.
Thank you, Nelda, and all the best to your work as well.
Thank you.